When she finally makes it home, Janet has had enough. I'm going to fix this,
Do it,
she
girl.
says to herself.
Have you ever tried to go on a diet and it didn't work out the way you thought it would? I did, probably about 1 billion times. I'm still dieting. Like right now I'm on a diet. I'm not following it very strictly. That's the problem with diets though, right? They're hard to follow. And they've got all kind of different diets now. You got the keto diet, you got the South Beach diet, you got Atkins diet, you have the cabbage soup diet, you have broccoli diets, you have vegan diets, you have all meat diets, you have calorie diets. You know, it seems like it would be easy because all you have to do is eat less and move more. That's weight loss in general, but it doesn't work like that. First of all, everybody's chemistry is made differently, and not all diets work for all people. And it's a big discipline thing too. It's very hard to fight the primal urges of hunger. It's kind of like an addiction, except worse, right? Because your body actually needs this stuff to go on. It has a good way of convincing you that it needs more than you need it. And some people don't. Some people have no trouble. My wife isn't a real big eater. Like, she likes food, but she's not anorexic or anything, but she's pretty thin. And it's because she just doesn't crave excessive amounts of food. Me, I eat everything, bro. Like, everything. I'll always want to eat. I like to watch food shows while I'm eating food. That's the kind of eater I am. And I haven't been satisfied with my weight for a long time. I quit smoking like 10 years ago, y'all. And it ain't been easy ever since. I gained like 40 pounds and I never was able to take it off. So I'm not happy with my weight. And it doesn't help what I do for a living either. But I'm determined that one day it's gonna all come off. I'm not disgusted with the way I look. And when it gets a little bit too excessive, I always pull back. You know what I mean? It's easy to motivate yourself when you're really feeling bad about like the way you look. And then you start losing a few pounds or something happens, like something stressful, and you're like, screw it, I'm just gonna stop. So diets, they're complicated. But I've never had a diet that went horribly wrong. I've heard a lot of people having adverse reactions to different kind of diets, like, you know, crazy headaches. I've had a few headaches before from like Atkins diet a long time ago and stuff like that, but never like really any bad stuff happen. And Stranger Stories put out an animation about a diet that went horribly wrong, and we're going to react to it today. Go over to Stranger Stories channel, click the subscribe button and the notification bell, and if you like reaction videos like this, make sure to subscribe to this channel as well. Let's get into it. The diet.
Janice stood staring at herself in the mirror, as she did every morning before school. She grimaced as she looked at the large swollen stomach and puffy cheeks. She had tried so many diets, each more strict than the last. She didn't understand why this fat blob was staring back at her in the mirror each day. She turns away, too upset with herself.
You know, I always said when you really, really, really want something, you set all things aside and just get it accomplished. And I think that was my deal with smoking cigarettes, right? Like, one day I just had enough, and I finally amassed the willpower to be able to put it away for good. But hunger is totally different, man. And there are countless eating disorders. And let's not forget just the way people's metabolism is, you know, there's also thyroid problems and hormones, and it's complicated, bro. I feel her pain, bro. It sucks. It sucks to not be comfortable with your weight.
To look any longer, and quickly gets dressed. As she makes her way down the stairs, she overhears her parents, her mother whispering to her father, "She was such a beautiful girl. I don't know what happened. How can we help her?" They both go quiet as she walks into the room. She hangs her head and walks straight past them.
You know, that's got to be very, very upsetting for parents too, because as a parent, you know, you want to be proud of your child. You want to make them to do good. We go through a lot of ups and downs with my little nephew about what he eats. Like, I always want him to have enough protein, you know, and Trace is like, don't give him too much sugar. All of these things, you know, and sometimes he doesn't even want to eat what we want him to eat. Like, he doesn't want to eat eggs in the morning. He wants Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So it's really, really difficult for parents too.
Out the door. They know how to help. They just don't want to, she thinks as she makes her way to school. At school, she sits quietly to herself all day. It's been this way for months. She used to have so many friends, so many boyfriends.
All
No
in a
one
sudden?
talks to her anymore. Why would they? She thinks. Just look at what I've become. When she finally makes it home, Janet has had enough. I'm going to fix this,
Do it,
she
girl.
says to herself. She's been watching a lot of television and YouTube videos. She read every book on the subject that
Crash
she could
diet.
get her hands on. Mom and Dad don't want to do anything, so she will do it herself. She takes a small handful of paintballs she
dang.
stole from her grandmother and walks out to the garage. She takes her time sanitizing her equipment while the pills kick in. Finally, she can begin. Janet takes her clean and shiny box cutter and makes a small incision at the bottom of her rounded stomach. She then takes the newly sterilized shop vac hose and inserts it in. How hard can liposuction be? She thinks as she flips the switch to turn the machine on. That would be the last thought
I guess
she ever
so.
had. The machine quickly sucked up a bit of her intestine, and she fell to the floor, unable to do anything. She watched as she was quickly disemboweled by the machine and left to bleed to death on the garage floor. A short time later, her parents arrive home from work. Her mother screams as she opens the garage door and sees the remains of her daughter. She was nearly skeletal to begin with. Now, with most of her organs sucked into the steel guzzling machine, there seems to be nothing left but skeleton.
She thought, it was about an eating disorder, and she thought she was overweight. She felt fat, but she wasn't. God dang! You know, it's a tragedy that there are people that suffer from illnesses like this, from eating disorders and stuff like that, from disorders in general, and it's very real. Like people that are self-conscious and stuff like that. And think about it in shyness. You know, think about how awkward it is when you're not feeling good about yourself and you need to do something. Think about you ever been sweating and had an important interview or was approached by something and you knew you smelled? That happened to me a number of times. It's a very, very, very tough feeling to even to know that you're not satisfied with your own appearance or something like that and have to confront people. Not to the point of desperation, but I guess that's why they have people that do these things like purge and crash diets and stuff like that. There's a healthy way to lose weight. There is. I know it. It's just it's not very fast and it can be very, very frustrating. But man, what a heavy subject though, huh? Gosh. Well, I really, really hope that we can all reflect on this. Nobody's perfect, and you have to be happy with yourself. And if you're not, maybe you can take steps to do stuff about it. Just don't be too drastic. Give it time and forgive yourself. That's what I do. That might be why I'm in the shape. They say, no pain, no gain. You really gotta go for what you want. But in this case, I think anybody can go too far with what they want. At any rate, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure to go over Stranger Stories channel. Click the subscribe button there. And if you like reaction videos like this one, subscribe to this channel as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time.